Alright, so we'll give it like 3-4 more minutes and then we'll start with our top-down analysis. Let me share my screen so you guys can see. We'll start with top-down analysis and then kind of go from there. Give it a few more minutes. Oh shit. I really want to buy an SVJ. That's what I really, really want. Alright. Give it another 30 seconds and then we will do the top-down analysis. I trade IFGs. I like IFGs. How much you think Trump is going to affect the market? Well, anytime he tweets something, it's pretty crazy. So, I think that he does have a pretty big impact on the market. Alright, let's start with this analysis. So, starting on the higher time frame, weekly, as we can see, we have no bottom wick on this weekly candle, which is pretty strong draw on liquidity. Also, taking a look at ES, we have a bearish weekly fair value gap that we're, inside of right now. So we could definitely respect it or we could close above it. However, NQ does not have that weekly fair value gap. So right now, just on the weekly, I see that, we obviously have this devil's mark. Scaling down to the daily, we flipped this daily fair value gap, which is pretty strong. We edged all-time highs, and we left behind this fair value gap with this new week opening gap. So this bottom wick right here, the bottom of this candle, is the devil's mark for the weekly candle that we were just talking about. So scaling down now to the 4-hour, we can see that we had a pretty big sell-off last night during... Oh no, this was yesterday. Sorry, we had a pretty big sell-off yesterday, and now we're coming out of this 4-hour while also respecting this 4-hour. So it's honestly a pretty weird spot we're in right now. Looking at ES, yeah, we tapped the 4-hour in the same place. However, we failed to. So we took out this swing low here on NQ, but failed to on ES. So there's a devil's mark there, and we failed to. Okay, so there's an SMT there. Scaling down to the 1-hour now. We can see that we made the 1-hour change in the state. We inverse this 1-hour fair value gap. We retagged the inverse. Did we retag the CE? No, we barely missed the CE of the inverse, but we retapped the inverse, and now we're starting to buy back out of it. We held this 1-hour fair value gap right here. So I'm just going based off of what structure we kind of see right now. So, held this 1-hour fair value gap from there. ES, dug a little bit deeper, probably bounced off of like 0.79. Yeah, 0.79 perfectly. NQ probably tapped 0.5, if I had to assume. Yeah, so it came down to 0.5, tapped golden pocket perfectly, and started rejecting out of there. So from the 1-hour, we can use time frame alignment and scale down to the 5-minute. We can see that nice V shape out of equilibrium and out of golden pocket area. This is the 1-hour fair value gap. So we'll kind of just mark that out. So coming out of equilibrium, coming out of golden pocket, swept out this internal range right here. Have a pretty solid V shape coming out of the 1-hour and made the 5-minute change in the state right here. It's pretty high up in the leg, but we did create the 5-minute change in the state. So, I mean, from there, we can kind of expect higher up to London high. I would expect, You know, if we close this fair value gap right here, this honestly might be solid. Coming out of midnight open, we tag this 15-minute fair value gap. We're respecting this 15-minute fair value gap right here. This is honestly not bad right here, fellas. This is not bad longs right here, honestly. Go break even at this internal high right here. Right? You want to be BE right here. Or even, you know, to the left, this one right here. You know, something like that. This honestly isn't too bad though. Equal highs on 5-minute at 526. Yeah, so yeah, 526. It depends on how this 5-minute closes. I low-key might take a stab at it. I'm not in it yet, but this honestly doesn't look terrible. I don't hate it. We'll see how this candle closes right here. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna try it, honestly. Alright, let's see it. Not always a retest of the CISD. We kind of just saw this, and this is pretty solid price action from here. It is from like where we're seeing it, but just seeing that we did make the 5-minute change in the state, we retapped it. We tapped midnight open here perfectly, and then rejected off strong. Had a nice strong 5-minute candle close. I'm gonna take this with, you know, $350 risk. This is pretty solid. Trump speaking at 9:30. Jeez, I did not know that. Is that on? That's not on Forex, is it? Oh, it is. Jeez, I missed that. Good shout. This is on my live account, not my fundeds. This is on my live account. Honestly, I haven't even touched a funded in mad long. I've only been trading my live account. Obviously, this isn't the best way to start the live stream. Might take an L here, but honestly, this does look pretty solid. Coming out of the 1 hour, tapped equilibrium, tapped golden pocket of this range, swept out this internal nice V shape, made the 5-minute change in the state, tapped the 5-minute change in the state, tapped midnight open right here, strong displacement candle closing this inverse right here, made another basically 5-minute change in the state right here. I'm gonna check the Triton indicator. I'm gonna hide the position real quick. Hold on. So I can just look at the charts better. So if we have the Triton indicator, we can see. Let's see if we got the 5-minute change in the state. Yeah, so same thing. So it's marking out this 5-minute change in the state right here. We just retapped it again. So my analysis is right. Let's see if it does play out though. Let's see. No, CISD definitely works like that. Using time frame alignment, scaling out of we're coming out of the 1 hour right here, swept internal from the 1 hour, made the 5 minute change in the state, retapped it, which also lined up with midnight open. I think it definitely works like that, honestly. We'll see. Honestly though, this is a pretty solid trade mechanical wise, right? I don't mind, risking 350 on this trade. If this doesn't play out, I mean that's fine. It's 350 bucks, but this is a pretty solid trade. It's a pretty solid trade. Profit loss. We actually have an SSMT indicator. So if you go up here to the top right to magnifying glass, you go to insert indicator, you type in SSMT. We have SSMT by taking profits right here. All right, we got another 5 minutes until market opens. The CISD indicator, it's CISD Model Plus. Where is it? Yeah, CISD Model Plus. You could click the link in bio for it. Go to the WAP page and then look at the products. CISD. Here's 925. Starting to get some displacement up now. Looking pretty solid. You could definitely go break even at this internal high right here as well. If once we take out this internal high, you could definitely go break even. What up, Lucky? How's it going, bro? Yeah, you could go BE at the 527 level. Honestly, it's unfortunate that we didn't straight push up there, but you go break even at 520 or 527. Chill, man. At a concert. Whoa, where'd you go? What concert? Let's fire. I don't like that reaction, I'm not gonna lie. This might be clipped. We'll see. I'm not sure who that is, but that's fire, bro. Good stuff. Concerts are honestly dope. I love concerts. Yeah, also, guys, keep in mind today is FOMC, so, definitely be wary of that. Um, I'm going to take probably just this one trade, and then probably just tape read after, because, I don't want to be trading during FOMC. I mean, FOMC is at 2, so it's going to be depending, really, if we chop around or at market open. So we'll kind of see what happens at market open, and then, go from there. Yeah, Trump speaking in 3 minutes. Ideally, I would like to go break even before, but it may not happen. What up, Hyman? How we doing, bro? Oh boy. Yeah. See, this is getting a little dicey now. Honestly, might just close this out because Trump's speaking right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the small little L right there. Honestly, I didn't check Forex. I didn't see that Trump was speaking, so that's honestly my bad. I'm just going to close it out there. I don't want to take the risk during market open right here when he's about to speak. What up? Honestly, really good. You know, I've been doing pretty well as well. I just took a $40 loss on that, so that's fine. Whatever. I didn't realize that Trump was speaking. I'd rather just not sit through it. Yeah, no, you guys did save me about Trump speaking. Thank you guys. Thank you, fellas. So today we do have FOMC, so keep that in mind. It may be a little chop up until FOMC, so definitely be wary of that. But yeah, and new Fed chair is in today, so we'll kind of see what happens from there. That's his first speech, but yeah, so we got 40 seconds right here. Let's see what happens here on market open. This was the position that we were in, but kind of took it off at just break even. I don't want to sit through Trump speaking right here on market open. Although this thing might just fully deliver. Let's see. $15 seconds. Honestly, I don't even know how to check Trump's speech. Wow. Yeah, so there would have been break even right there. That's unfortunate that I closed it. Wow. And low-key instant break even. Yeah, so either way it would have been the same thing, break even on this trade. Delete this and then delete this, and then I'm still liking this though, you know, 5-minute change in the state out of the 1 hour, respecting golden pocket and equilibrium of this range, so we'll kind of see what happens. What up, Balthrain? How's it going, bro? Yeah, FOMC is later today at 2 o'clock, so the morning session definitely might be ass. It might just be completely chopped. 100%. Gold's been absolutely ranging. I'm still in this gold long. I don't know if you guys remember from last week. I'm still holding this gold long from last week, and it's just been chopping this entire, like, the last day. This is on the 4 hour, so every candlestick you see is, you know, 4 hours worth of time. Bro, I've been holding this since last Thursday, and this shit is just chopping now. So it's probably waiting for FOMC to happen. Let's see what happens here. We have this 15-minute that we're still inside of, so I'm going to mark this 15-minute out. I mean, we're getting pretty heavy, though. We do have the new week opening gap down here, so that could be a very strong draw that we could, you know, obviously draw towards. We'll see how this 15-minute closes, though, because that'll give us a good direction structurally for where we want to go. Yeah, I would have honestly, if Trump wasn't speaking there, I probably would have held through, and I would have just like either taken the break even or, you know, whatever. I would have held through. Honestly, that was a pretty solid trade. I did like that. If Trump wasn't speaking, I would have definitely held. I just honestly, I didn't pick that up. Honestly, I didn't see that Trump was speaking, or else honestly, I mean, you know, even with less risk, you know, 1 micro, I took 4 there. I could have only taken 1. But, I mean, either way, it was a break even, so it's fine. Wow, this thing is just dumping right now. I'm going to measure out this range right here. You have 0.705 right here, so let's see what happens at this area. Five-minute CISD. Yeah, we're about to make this one. So, what are we coming out of this 1 hour? All the way up top right here. Tap this 1 hour BPR perfectly, which is pretty crazy. 5-minute is about to make this 5-minute change in the state right here. This is also 705 of this area right here. Honestly, I'm just going to delete all the drawings. I'm just going to go based off of, you know, every candlestick. Because structurally, it doesn't look like we're going to be holding longs. Yeah, this is the CISD one right here. Yeah, you like longs there? CHX. Oh, Doomer. What up, Doomer? What up, bro? This is the CISD indicator. This 30-second right here ain't too bad. What do we have? 2 minute. We have a 3-minute that's about to open up right there. It's not the best then. We have this 3-minute about to open up. Yeah, let's just still wait. Yeah, still wait, fellas. I don't love it yet. Respecting this 5-minute, 15-minute as well. This ain't bad now. Honestly, if you want to stab this right here, low key, put stops like right here. Target either 930 high or whenever we have an SMT. We just created the 1-minute change in the state there. Out of 0.705, tap CE of this 5-minute perfectly, swept out this internal. I'm going to try this. I'm going to go break even once we tap this 1 minute right here. If we can get there. And I'm going to be targeting New York AM high. Oh boy. Looks like I might get decimated. Honestly, I'm going to probably only take this one trade today. If this is a loss right here. And then I'm going to call it. And I'll just tape read with you guys. Yeah. Wow. Ran through. Honestly, I like the longs there. But honestly, I don't know. This just decimated right there. That's crazy. This is an A graded setup. I didn't have my stop loss at the proper place, so I had it right here on the 15 second. Yeah, I got stopped on that. Wait for 10. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna take a risk off. I'm gonna take that 1L. So I'm down 400. And then I'm just gonna tape read with you guys. Honestly, that wasn't the best trade. And I feel like an idiot taking that. I haven't taken a trade since Thursday of last week, and that was the first trade that I take, and that was just horrendous garbage. Wow. Yeah, that was a bad trade, honestly. Yeah, today's FOMC day, hotel, so it's dropping at 2 o'clock. So we could definitely be choppy. You know, this New York AM price action. We'll see what 10 o'clock delivers us. Check the 4 hour. Yeah, this is the 4 hour. So delivering out of this 4 hour right here, we could definitely come for this new week opening gap down here. 100%. Honestly, I don't know why I got into my head. Like, I saw the 0.705. I saw that we were respecting the fair value, like that we could have respected the fair value gap. I don't know why I got into my head that we were going to go long there. That was honestly a bad trade by me. It happens though, honestly. I'm not too worried. We'll set the bias to bearish and we'll just tape read now. One hour RB. Oh, this one right here. 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's honestly solid. Tap this BPR as well, which lined up with that is perfect. I mean, this 1 minute right here, go break even at this 5 minute, but I mean, I already took my trade, but I mean, this isn't terrible. I'm sure that the indicator alerted this. This is kind of the same exact idea as I was, hoping for before. Swept out the internal, holding the fib levels, still respecting this 15 minute. It's just unfortunate that I took the first stab at it, and that was a loss. This is really good too. Break even at this 5 minute target, New York AM high. So yeah, you'd be break even basically right here. Yeah, break even right here. Wow, that's so unfortunate. Jeez, man. This is why we shouldn't be taking the first setup. That's unfortunate as hell. Yeah. No, that's on me. It's on me. 100% on me. I shouldn't have been on the lower time frames either. It was a 30-second trade that I took before, or 15-second, I forget. This 1 minute is stupid clean. See if we get a nice follow through. Wow, off rain. That's disgusting. Yeah, no, Oliver. I mean, I took that in front of all of you guys, right? Like, I take it on my live accounts. So, like, I'll be completely transparent with you guys. Unfortunately, yeah, I got into my head about that first one. And honestly, I recognize that there was that 3 minute fair value gap before, and I shouldn't have taken the trade. It just honestly stupid. And this is the trade, This is trade of the day right here, fellas. I hope that you guys took this. This was stupid, stupid clean. This was insane. Wow. Insane. Why don't you think it's good? Why don't you think this long is good, Dennis? Yeah, G Brian, these are the settings that I have. Series sensitive and neutral. Just take a screenshot of this real quick. Because we're about to hit full TP. Wow. Yeah. This thing is fucking going crazy. Holy shit. Why don't you think the long is good? We're respecting this 15-minute right here. Respecting the fibs. Holding this 15-minute BPR. Even on the 5-minute, we're holding these oh no, well, actually the 5-minute we closed. But the 15-minute, you know, I wanted longs from the beginning. I even took the loss prior, you know, trying to take the longs too early, but I definitely always wanted longs for coming into today. We could have definitely came in, you know, for this the Devil's Mark, you know, the week new day opening gap, new week opening gap, but if we were going to really, you know, go down there, we needed to be super super bearish. Like that's a lot of points to get down there. It should blast through New York aim high. Hopefully it does. Yep, there it is. GG's, fellas. Full TP completely smashed. Unfortunately, I couldn't be a part of that trade. I hope that you guys took advantage of it. That was a beautiful trade. Yeah, G Brian, here's the settings. Take a screenshot. Yeah, that was stupid clean. Forming a bullish support zone so we can enter long, so... Okay, I bet. Bet lucky. Good shit, Evan. You banged on longs. Fire. Yeah, these longs were honestly pretty solid. Now we're coming out of this 1 hour, right? We swept out the high inside the 1 hour. Tap the BPR again. See if we reject off of it or if we hold this fair value gap and continue higher and make the next leg up. Yeah, Dodge is definitely calling us donuts today. Authoring. Alright, let's see. We have a 2 minute here. Let's see if we hold this 2 minute. Fellas, honestly though, like, that was a pretty solid move. We have FOMC later today. I'm probably just going to tape read until like 10:10 and then I'm going to call it. Just a heads up. FOMC might cause some chop, but we'll see. Yeah, if we come back into the range, it's going to be tough to trade it. Do we tap the 3 minute here? No, we're not going to open the 3 minute. We tap this 2 minute. What do we have? 5 minute BP, 5 minute IFG right here. We don't have SMT at the lows, which kind of sucks, but SMT at the highs, no. Yeah, structure, low-key we do have SMT at the highs right here. Good catch. Why, Lucky, what's going on with your trading view? What happened? We have discount point CE of this, range right here, midnight open, and this 1 minute change in the state all line up right there. Pretty sensitive area. Trying to set a limit and it feels. Oh shit, dude. Alright, so here is discount midnight open, 1 minute change in the state. If we, start displacing past this, we could definitely, start to get weak for the day. SMT coming out of this 1 hour BPR right here. Yeah, we're displacing pretty hard. We got this A-rated setup right here, but I don't love it only because, what is this? Oh, well, actually, we displaced past the 2 minute, but ES is not aligned whatsoever. ES is not following through. I'm not going to take this short signal or signal it to any of you guys. I'm just going to tell you guys, do what you want with this one. But I'm going to raise this to 2. The indicator is IFEG Ultimate Plus, and we are inside of a big 15-minute RB. Yeah, we are. This is a big 15-minute rejection block. So yeah, this long signal, again, for anyone new, this long signal delivered up all the way to the highs. This short signal just got alerted. However, I don't recommend, really taking the short signal. We're tapping into this fair value gap right here perfectly. If we want to take shorts, right, I want to see a retrace and then kind of use this low as the break even to then displace lower towards, to the downside. But obviously this, isn't looking too hot right here. So again, guys, I mean, I did like that long. I don't know if we're just back inside this range now. I mean, this is, you don't want to really be taking this chop work right here. Sweep, high time frame PD array. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like this. So we're, tapping into this BPR right here. Also, ES is not aligned whatsoever. It's not just, coming down whatsoever here. I mean, these wicks are pretty crazy right here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the retrace, and then use this as the break even. So if we close this 30-second, I mean, this wouldn't be terrible. We would have to hold this low though as the break even. So wow, I mean, that's pretty, far down. But I mean, if you like shorts there, you want to target lower, that's not bad. I personally don't really like shorts. I honestly don't even like that we're inside of this range. FOMC is at 2 o'clock. We could totally just chop around in this range. We might not get any, any movements to the opposite, like to either side. Holy shit, look at YM. Ready, I'm going to pull up YM for you guys. Look at that. That's pretty insane. I mean, we just took out all the draws on YM. Look at that. Holy shit. Let me check gold. Yeah, gold's doing fuck all. That's crazy though. YM just displaced, took out all those draws. Yeah, fellas, I mean, look at this chop work now. Look at this chop work that we're getting. No problem, Fozzie. Yeah, I know all three, and it's actually disgusting, bro. Look at that. Like, that's insane. It's actually just insane. And then we get NQ looking like this. Horrendous. Yeah, honestly, might have to start trading YM. Yeah, NQ is so buns. It's been horrible. Honestly, like 2 weeks ago was pretty solid though. We had like a pretty good run. It was a really good run actually, where PA was really solid, but recently it's been kind of trash. Yeah, we'll kind of see what happens at 10 o'clock. We'll see what happens for this new 4 hour. And then, fellas, I'm probably just going to call it there. We have FOMC later at 2 o'clock. This thing might just literally chop all day. See if we get any expansion. Blue and eval and half past one, new one done for the day. I'm literally never trailing. Yeah, well, honestly, dude, it also has to do with FOMC, bro. FOMC was garbage. FOMC makes the day garbage, you know? Gobi, this already delivered, bro. This was done. Done by 9:45. Yeah, so that 30-second that I was saying before, right, break even right here. This thing is just delivering. Entering shorts, bet lucky. Yeah, this thing's getting pretty heavy. Once YM took out that previous day high, I mean, look at this thing. You know, this thing's just bleeding now. You just caught that short, Evan. Good shit, dude. Targeting previous day low. Bet. We have SMT here. I mean, we shouldn't hold this SMT. This should just break. Just keep that in mind. F417. In F417, word. Oh, fire. That's a nice entry. Nice. Hopefully we can just get some follow through here for you guys. 10 o'clock opens in 2 minutes. think in general my trades normally have a higher win percentage when I take partials because PA. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Then I mean honestly, then start taking it honestly. Yeah, start taking um partials 100%. Was it 3 minutes short valid with the stop hunt? I mean, it was nothing really short. That was 100% on the 3 minute here. Really. We closed this 2 minute. I wanted to see a little bit of a retrace, right? And then use this basically as the break even spot. So once we had a little bit of a retrace, offered a little bit of a retrace, this 30-second was really the only thing. I mean, unless you took the 2 minute just like this, right? If you just took this 2 minute, this was solid right here, right? Stops at the highs, target, Asia or whatever. This was solid right here. This was really good. But honestly, I didn't see a 3 minute. No D's. Yeah. Here's 10 o'clock. Wow. No way we edge Asia low right like that, right? Where's ES in comparison? Oh, ES already took out Asia low. But it's right there, previous day low. That's crazy. Obviously not signaling this, right? We have Asia low right here that we didn't tap. ES failed to take out previous day low as well. So this really is not a good long whatsoever. Just mechanically, right, we're coming out of this 5 minute fair value up, swept internal and made this 30-second inverse, but this 30-second inverse is not going to send us, back up into the highs, right, after we displaced this far down and didn't take out, the obvious draw, in my opinion, right? That's why you kind of want to fade some of the signals that the indicator gives to you, but it will catch all of the A plus setups that you otherwise would take by hand. That's why it's really good. I swear if I get powelled, this shit gonna break my heart. Would you always take a A plus setup if the indicator alerts it? Uh, I mean, it's like I don't just blindly take signals, right? Even if it's like a B plus or whatever, like I'm still gonna use human discretion behind every single one of the trades, right? You gotta be weary of it. I mean, there's Asia low right there, fellas. That was very solid. Yeah, that was very solid push right there. Yeah, I mean this 30-second really wasn't the best, only because we were coming out of these right here, and then even this 1 minute, we had a 1 minute entry right here. I didn't like this 1 minute entry because of this BPR. I said like I wanted to see a little bit of a retrace. We held this 1 minute right here, and then use this as the break even because once we displace past even this BPR, you could take your entry, right? Like once we close this BPR, that's a solid entry as well. We do have internal SMT right here, but ES failed to take out previous day low, which is right there. All right, fellas. I think that's it. We took out pretty good draws right there. Lucky, just be careful of the SMT. Um, but yeah, I mean that was pretty solid, honestly. Unfortunately, I took an L. I hope that you guys ate. And yeah. Okay, yeah, no problem, Lucky. I mean, that's still really solid, bro. Good shit today, guys. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Unfortunately, this wasn't like 100% the best PA, but I mean, we were able to get the job done. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace out, fellas.